Morrow went for another double-double, 26 points and 16 boards to pace the Tigers.
And Auburn with a big come-from-behind victory over in-state rival UAB, forced 21 turnovers, and as usual, Taylon Collins, double-double for the Tigers. 15 points, 10 rebounds.
Fourth quarter underway here at Reed Arena in College Station. Kansas State ranked 13th in the country, in control against Texas A&M. And a foul is going to be whistled on Jalen Glenn for the Wildcats.
Coulibaly got away with a push-off because Glenn did a double touch there before Coulibaly pushed off.
K-State was 9 of 15 from the field in the third quarter. They held Texas A&M to 4 of 16 shooting in the third. Coulibaly couldn't get it. Good fight by Jones on the putback.
Trying to trap the on-ball screen now.
Glenn for three, nope. Good job by Maupin. Walker denied by the Aggies, and here comes Erica Moon. Coulibaly.
Great start to the quarter so far by Texas A&M, and it's been getting some high percentage looks, whether it's the offensive rebound or now getting out in transition. This is when Texas A&M is at their best.
Janae Kent gets called for the foul. Jada Malone will come in for the Aggies. Abdul Rahim will check out. No one in double figures for Texas A&M as of yet. And one of the keys today for Joni Taylor, and she knew playing this K-State team, fully expecting Ayoka Lee to be back after not playing in the last game, and Lee hasn't been a factor here today, but it's a really good team. And she said, to have a chance, we need to keep them under 70. Well, K-State had 70 in the third quarter. They're getting what they want.
Yeah, I really believe that if Texas A&M can keep it in the 60s, they had a chance today, because I think when this team is locked in and playing together and executing and turning their defense into offense, 60's reasonable every night.
Coulibaly knocks it down. As we get closer and closer to conference play, and the SEC opener for Texas A&M is against Tennessee here in this building January 2nd, and how impressive has Tennessee been this year? Turnaround off the mark, and Jones has the rebound. That's going to be the big question for the Aggies. Where is the offense going to come from if they're not turning a turnover into points on the other end? That's going to be something that's going to have to develop pretty quickly here for the Aggies.
Absolutely, and against Tennessee, I think more pressing is, can they take care of the ball? Because if they don't take care of the ball, they can't score. And flip of that is Tennessee's going to get some easy scoring opportunities.
Do you realize what you did when talking about Tennessee? Because you said more pressing. It was almost like you didn't even realize you were talking about how Tennessee does things now. Timeout's going to be called by Jeff Mittie, and he's taking this time just to remind his team to keep playing and don't look at the scoreboard. We'll take a break and be right back.
Hey, my treat today.
Thank you. But I don't think they take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted at 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Every year as I carve the annual holiday nut bowl, I remember a time before people had it to gather around.
Maurice!
What?
Oh, I'm hilarious.
Sometimes togetherness is as easy as a nut bowl. Sometimes.
There's something special about this time of year. It's fun. And it all starts here. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
Live look at the Kansas State huddle. Kansas State takes the timeout. They're up by 35 here in the fourth quarter. Before a calmer moment here in the huddle, Jeff Mittie, when his team was coming over, he was pretty hot. And there's just a standard at K-State that if you're not reaching it, you're going to hear about it.
Well, it's not accidental that Jeff Mittie has been so successful. He gets the win here today, 200 wins at K-State, but the standard is why. It doesn't matter who you're playing, what the score is, you do things the right way. And A&M coming out to start this fourth quarter has outscored KSU 6-2.
As you mentioned, a milestone game potentially here for Jeff Mittie in his 11th season at K-State. Looking for his 200th victory coaching in Manhattan and his 654th overall. Malone. Williams. Kent. Back for Coulibaly. Coulibaly for Malone. Through traffic. Last touch by K-State. 8 to shoot.
Really well-connected defense by Kansas State, that position. You saw the screen and roll. There was nothing there for Texas A&M because of the help side defense. K-State staying in that zone on the out-of-bounds defense.
Shot clock at 5. Tipped out by Sides. Sticks with it and takes it away from Coulibaly. Sides all the way for 2 more. 19 points for Terrence Sides. 7 of 8 from the field, 5 of 6 from outside the three-point line. Now, I have to tell you, time's getting a little tight, but Sides has 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. I'm not putting the triple-double watch on right now.
But you are. I mean, K-State averages 28 bench points a night. The majority of those are Terrence Sides.
Here's Glenn. Sides. Off the dribble, Walker. 6 to shoot. Walker. Gonna try to do it herself. Jones, excellent defender, and showing that defense on that trip. Well done by the veteran for Texas A&M, Sahara Jones, with the stop.
And I think now, if you're Texas A&M, you just got to stop. Start to try to generate some positive momentum. Forget the scoreboard, but go from a stop to get a score. That's 2 positive possessions for you. Then can you build on that?
Coulibaly working with Malone. Kent on the pull-up. They get the basket after getting the stop on the defensive end.
And I'll say this again, there was ball reversal in that possession, and good things happened for Texas A&M.
Walker. Sides for Lester. Walker. Good
Nice
job by
help.
Malone, but a better job by Walker to finish. Soleil Williams running the point for the Aggies. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
ISO for Jones to go one-on-one.
Jones can't get it. Batted up in the air, and Maupin is fouled by Kent. This is a tough finish by Walker because Malone was right there.
I mean, it was a great switch by Malone to realize her teammates beat, and just even better touch around the rim by Walker.
Zy Walker with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 20 assists as a team for the Wildcats. They average a nation's best 23.5 a game. Add to that total on the cut by Walker.
Walker's just a stat sheet stuffer. I'll look one game, she'll have double digits in points. I'll look another game, she'll get double digits in assists, and she can rebound. But she's also a great defender. We haven't talked a lot about her defense today, but I asked Jeff Mittie about it. He said she's the one person whose defense fuels her offense.
Coulibaly and 1. Chance for a three-point play when we come back to Reed Arena, fourth quarter.
When was the last time your financial advisor called you? I know what you're thinking. Another retired guy who can't reach his financial advisor because he's too busy on the golf course. Well, surprise, surprise. I'm actually the financial advisor.
And I'm the retired guy.
You worked hard for your money. Now it's time you enjoy the course. And let us help make your money work hard for you. Drive your investments to the green with Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax today.
Every year as I carve the annual holiday nut bowl, I remember a time before people had it to gather around.
Maurice!
What?
Oh, I'm hilarious.
Sometimes togetherness is as easy as a nut bowl. Sometimes.
There's something special about this time of year. It's fun. And it all starts here. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
ESPN Plus is now on Disney Plus. Bundle subscribers can stream live events, original content, and studio shows from ESPN Plus. You can start streaming now. Getting closer and closer to the start of Big 12 play. Their opener is December 22nd against Cincinnati in Manhattan for the Wildcats. You can take a look at some of their key games. Utah 7-2. They beat Notre Dame in the Caymans. They're hosting Princeton today. We know who good Iowa State can be. TCU, South Carolina showdown tonight, 6 o'clock Central Time over on ESPN2.
I mean, Sonora Prince coming off of 2020 in the Islands. And so key for South Carolina. They've got to disrupt the post player. Can they disrupt Haley Van Lith?
Great start for TCU, 8-0 after wins over NC State and Notre Dame. So that's down the line for K-State when they get into Big 12 play. As we mentioned earlier, they are the preseason pick to win the Big 12. Texas A&M, their SEC opener, as we mentioned, against Tennessee, January 2nd. And you can see 7 teams ranked in the top 20 in the most recent AP poll.
It's always a slugfest in the SEC, but just addition of Oklahoma and Texas just is going to make sure that these young ladies have to bring their A game every night.
Sides tried to go over the top of the pass. It was tipped away. Turnover. Coulibaly, beautiful turn, beautiful finish, and a chance for a three-point play.
Texas A&M getting out in transition. Aisha Coulibaly, hesitation, loves that reverse spin move. And honestly, Terrence Sides read it and was diving in there to disrupt it, but that's how explosive Coulibaly is with the ball in her hands.
Can't finish off the three-point play. She is the first Aggie into double figures with 12 on 4 of 6 shooting. Inside of 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Sides. That one won't drop.
Great tip out by Lester.
That three is good. Jalen Glenn. Four players in double figures for K-State. And I've all told you, Aoka Lee wasn't one of the 4 players. You'd probably be a little surprised. Just 6 points for Lee in limited time today because of the 2 early fouls.
But this is how balanced K-State is. They came into today with 6 players averaging 10-plus points, and Glenn being at 9.5 to be that next one. That's the balance they have on the offensive end.
Turnover by Texas A&M. That's 17 for the Aggies. We are talking big picture SEC. You and I were courtside in Baton Rouge for the SEC ACC Challenge, where it looked like Stanford was going to head back to California with a victory. There were fans at the PMAC heading for the exits, but the Tigers had other ideas. A furious comeback in the final seconds, and then they won it in overtime over Stanford. Good putback by Taylor.
Well, to be more specific, Michaela Williams had a different idea than to let Stanford walk out of there. But I thought it was a great showing by teams on the both sides, ACC and SEC. And hats off to the administrations of both leagues, because those were some great matchups. It was a great 2 nights for women's basketball, but congratulations to the SEC for winning that challenge.
Ooh, great job by Walker to go behind the back to avoid turning it over. Lester, Taylor inside, no. And Koulibaly's got the rebound. Malone will try it from outside. That won't drop, and a rebound for K-State. A&M will host Texas Southern on the 16th of December. Finals time for players from coast to coast. It's going to be a trip to the line for Leicester. K-State will play Middle Tennessee in St. Joseph, Missouri at the Bill Snyder Classic as they close out this string of 4 games in 8 days. They get 6 days until their next game against Middle Tennessee.
And Middle Tennessee is never an easy matchup. Rick Insell does with that ball club, so that'll be a game to watch for K-State fans, but I cannot believe that Big 12 play is upon us already. December 22nd, kicks off with Cincinnati.
Leicester doesn't get the roll on the second one, 1:45 to go in the fourth. That's Walker getting a hand on it, knocking it out of bounds. So the Aggies got a little time until their next game, week from tomorrow. 2 non-conference games to go before, how about this start for Texas A&M? Tennessee, who should break into the top 25
Agreed.
after their victory over Iowa yesterday. Ole Miss with a win today, 85-38 over Tennessee State. And we mentioned South Carolina taking on TCU in a top 10 showdown today. So it will not be very easy for Joni Taylor's team at the start of conference play.
And then after the South Carolina game, just Oklahoma. So the first
on
four,
the road
on the
in
road,
Norman.
The first 4 games will be very difficult for this Texas A&M ball club.
So Maupin's going to come in because Imani Lester is being helped off the court. Aaron Greenwald, the athletic trainer for this K-State team. And Jeff Mitty's going to come out and help as well. I did not notice it in real time. Let's see on the replay here for Leicester. Yeah, knee on knee. Just Koulibaly driving right into that left knee of Imani Lester.
I mean, Eric, one thing is even when A&M's been open, the closeout speed and length of K-State just nullifies any advantage that A&M had.
I think looking down the line, the challenge for K-State is going to be staying healthy.
Yes.
Because they just don't have the depth. They dressed 9 today with Lee back in the lineup. Gisela Sanchez, junior forward, who's been out with the broken hand. She should be back in the next week or 2, but there really is not much margin for error depth on that Kansas State bench.
But I'll tell you, the 9 he's dressing are really good.
Well, if you can keep those 9 healthy, you got something going. Malone, the offensive foul. Taylor takes the charge and paid the price.
Taylor's another great portal pickup for Jeff Mitty. She just provides toughness, rebounding, defense for this K-State ball club.
Walker with 30 seconds to go. K-State comes to College Station and takes care of business. 26-point first quarter. They scored 20 in the second, 27 in the third. And the number, I think, in that third quarter that you would point out is the fact that they held Texas A&M to 9 points, another single-digit defensive quarter for the Wildcat defense.
I mean, they make the offense look so good. All the threes, Aoka lead down low, what they can do in transition, but their defense is really, really good as well.
5 seconds to shoot as Glenn takes it towards Williams. That one roll in, and Kent's got the rebound. Final possession for the Aggies as time ticks down. It's going to be Williams making a three, and that will make the final score 89-50. It's a victory for Kansas State. It's win number 200 for Jeff Mittie as Kansas State's head coach. An impressive victory again for the 13th ranked Wildcats in their first true road game of the season.
First true road game, fourth game in 8 days, does not matter. K-State showed up to play today. Aoka lead limited due to the foul trouble, did not matter because there's a lot of key pieces for this ball club, and they showed out here this afternoon.
4 in double figures for Kansas State, led by Taryn Sides with 19 points. She made 5 three-pointers. For Christy Thomascutti and our crew, I'm Eric Freed. So long from College Station.